welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is March 8th, 2023. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy Pokemon Trigger, please, and we're back at it again.
Yeah, it's been a good week, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jinx, you owe me another soda.
Oh no.
It's like, how many sodas do you owe me now? It's like too many to count, right?
Great minds think alike.
Every single day. But yeah, we're here once again. Hey, Manny, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. We're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do. Real quick, just a reminder that we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out, professornetwork.com/purifiedpodcast and purifiedpodcast.com if you actually just want to, hit it and it'll be right there anyway. So yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right, and wonderful people to work with every single time. So yeah, that'd be cool. I know I get interrupted because everybody likes to talk today. So that's good. That's cool. That's everything. All right, Chris. I mean, it's been a week. I know we just saw each other for like what, an hour ago. So
Yeah, less.
yeah, less than that. Yeah,
Maybe.
Raid hour was today. We're definitely gonna go over the news on all of that. I believe I can't remember if we actually covered like the raid boss. I think we did because I remember we were talking about like
I know we
Spotlight
mentioned it.
I think we talked about.
I know we mentioned it at least.
I'm probably gonna have to listen to the last podcast. It was a long podcast too last time, so regardless of it,
Big boy.
yeah, we were just like packed with news and everything. I mean, we were talking about the Cash Master events. I'm pretty sure we had the infograph at the time, so yeah, we did talked about all that eventually. So, yeah, I guess how you been, Bern? It's like I know I seen you live on anything, but it's like I don't know what you got.
It's been a good week.
Yeah?
Let the Go Plus go wild. Losing a lot of Pokeballs.
Then until the Go Plus Plus comes around and you just stock up on Ultra Balls.
Oh dear Lord, dude. Yeah, the balls are not gonna like that. Yeah, I wish the event for I think it was called the Catch Mastery event.
Yeah, the Cash Master event.
I wish that one was longer.
Really?
I didn't realize it was only a day.
Oh, you forgot about it?
No, I was off and I got to play it, but oh my gosh, man, I missed out on the last two Hitman tops because I was like, I literally finished it up at the end because I was just lazy and didn't want to leave the house.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in just a moment when it comes down to the last week of gameplay. We know we have the Cash Master event. We got seasonal spawns of the recent heroes. A brand new event that's just started off us today, the Festival of Colors. Some more information about Community Day and other things that we just got information of. Well, not really just got, but it's been a week, so things like that. It's like you're hearing it right here from the news, right here. Anyways, I guess we should probably start with our hauls for the week. Like what you got, what you can't.
Yeah. I actually finally have a hundo, which you already know.
Yeah, I mean, it happened today.
It took a bit, yeah. So I'm gonna start out with a shiny Shadow Nidoran.
Nice.
I'll be honest, it wasn't the top one I wanted out of the three, but I had Arlo show up via balloon, so I was like, I'll do it, whatever. But yeah, I was pretty happy to see that. I only got one shiny at the Catch Master event, and it was a shiny Hitmonlee.
Oh.
Which is the one I already had because I chose I think it was red when we had the Kanto.
Yeah.
So I still need a Hitmonchan and a Hitmontop.
I guess I guess what our top traits are at this point.
Yup. Yeah, so I got Hitmonlee for trade. Let's go.
Yeah.
Today I got two shiny Ho-Ohs. Already a lot better than Tornadus, but Tornadus isn't even that hype. Let's be real.
I mean, I asked a PvP master, and he was like, "Don't waste it." So,
yeah.
I'm surprised to the left. I still need a shiny of that anyway. So in
for
Pokemon
which
Go,
one?
In Pokemon Go Tornadoes, I still have not gotten
Really?
a shiny. Yeah, surprisingly, it's been rotation three times, and even out of the two forms, I still haven't got the shiny. So.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I don't think you gotta beg people too hard for that one though. Unless they don't rate it a lot, like Giratina back in the day. But I only have one hundo, and I got it from an adventure incense with Pure Lighter today. I got a hundo Dedenne. Don't know if I'm ever going to use it, but I'm going to look at it and be happy. But yeah, let me know what you got, buddy.
Chunky, happy, chunky, happy. Let's start with the hundos. Let's see. Yeah. So those were. All right. So the first one is actually, I think, a hundo Axie from a 10K.
Oh, I saw that.
I was like, bro, what? Like, what? How did that even like manage to hatch that? I mean, I already had another one from the raids back in GoFest, but it's still pretty good, I guess. Now I got two to be able to ready to go. It could have been Shanda, but my Shanda luck on X is only mediocre at this point. And then, happily enough, I actually got a Hundo him on top from the Cash Mastery event. So finally, I have completed the Hundo family for the line of Tyrogue. Got the baby form, got all the three forms. I'm like, yes, this is basically, this was my chase. Like literally, I didn't even care about the shiny because I already had a shiny from last time. So this wasn't like something I needed. However, I'll take it. Shiny him on top, also from the Cash Master event, so that's actually pretty good. It's only
Chasing the
900.
hundos.
All right, and then Hoppet that I just got today from a Go Plus encounter. So, I mean, my shiny luck could be a little bit better, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, after that, it's just been the same old, same old. I've been still being kind of in the restock grind. I believe I still need a lot of Great Balls and Ultra Balls regardless. So it's taking me a while to get to where I want to, especially since my workplace doesn't really have stops in between in my actual place, so it's really not that easy to restock anymore, unless I go out and just restock for literally like 3 hours or something on the same lord or something.
Yeah, I got a ton of Pokemon at my work, but yeah, no stops.
Yeah. So it's one of those things in the other day. But yeah, it's not too bad. At least we got some good stuff and everything. I'm still, keeping out the grind of getting at least a hundo at some point each week. So, if possible,
yeah,
possible.
you're doing a really good job of keeping that going, honestly.
Well, only when I can. There's only when I don't think last time I got a hundo. Did I? Yeah, I guess I did. Okay, never mind. I'm at 354, close to unique hundos. I mean, I know there's like 3 hundo Kyogres here anyway, so I know there's at least a little bit of a. Like maybe 350 or 345 because I know some hundos are repeats anyways. Fun fact, I remember getting like another hundo Onyx and I just transferred it to home because I was like, I don't need this. I got like 2 other ones anyways. Or a Slowpoke, one of the two. Regardless, it is what it is. Well, so that's our hauls. So let's talk about, again, Cash Mastery events and the seasonal spawns. So I want to say, at least for the season of Rising Heroes, it has not been too bad how a lot of the spawns are. I want to say they could have been better, but I mean, seeing things like Mawile or I believe, anything at this point.
Quillfish is really hype.
Yeah. Seen a lot of Aerons and all that stuff too, Acorons too, Third Evolution. So it's not bad. It's just not the greatest, but still, it's some things are shiny possible again, and that's good for that, regardless. Then after that, they did have, and we kept talking about it, the Cash Master event, which was a full day on Sunday last week of just getting better at your throws, because that's basically what it was. Nice grace and Ultra Balls. Or nice, great, and excellent throws, I guess. And Ultra Balls. Anyways, so that was okay. Like, I started it off right at the beginning, but of course it was just, do this, do that, cash X amount of that. I went to McDonald's, and that's where I actually got the hundo him on top.
Wow.
Because I was like, I'm gonna just eat outside because I want to.
Hitmontop was hungry.
I know, right? And then I didn't really play much either. Like, I was at home most of the day after eating. Just wanted to get things done around the house, lazy enough as I was. And yeah, I wasn't really like, the only thing I was putting is like just constant insights to make sure that I actually had some Pokemon spawn in my house, so that way I can just catch the him on top and him on leads, because some of the pages were like, catch 10 him on tops, catch 10 him on leads. I'm like, really? I also could have just walked around the neighborhood and probably finish it off in like a day, in like an hour, if I wanted to.
Yeah, in the 2.5 hours I played, if I really tried harder, I definitely could have finished it like 30 minutes before that.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, especially in if I was playing in like a heavier place, but I was driving for a bit of it, so I was just letting the Go Plus go wild.
Yeah, yeah. And again, I actually myself included have not didn't really finish until like an hour or half an hour before it at the actual end of the event. I was like, I don't really like not having the ability to finish up the time research when it's right there in front of me. It's just that I had
Yeah,
all day to do it anyways, and I was just lazy enough not to actually catch because I was only spotting so many him on tops and him at least around the house anyways. So that was not bad. And the odds for shinies, I mean, if I like I said, if I would have grind it, I would have actually, probably got a couple extra him on top to him on chance or anything like that. More links him on chance. There are few research tasks for them outside of the regular time research were also spawning him on tops.
mhm.
So if like I said, if I would have go out and probably play for a good hour or so in a dense stop populated area, I don't think I would have actually gotten a couple of extra hauls here and there. But him on top, him on Lee, him on Chan, it's really not the Pokemon that I'm really looking for now that I have the line of Hondos too. I got all both shinies, two shinies of each one, so it's not like I really, 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 really want it. So it is what it is. It was a good side event, I guess. Keep it at least a little entertaining throughout the season.
Yeah, I would compare it a little bit to the research days like they've done for Clamperl, uh,
Or
and
Lotad or Casper.
yeah, Lotad, and there's also the other one I'm trying to think of, the
Phoebus.
normal type. Oh, Phoebus too, yeah.
Yeah, Phoebus was the
Um,
very first limited research day.
yeah, it reminds me of that, but it's definitely a lot more tuned in, I guess. A lot more in depth than those, in my opinion.
That's
Because
for
like
sure.
those, yeah, we've been figuring out that when they do those, they have like other shiny possible Pokemon spawning in the
Yeah.
wild that are pretty boosted. But this one was definitely more fun in my opinion than those. Uh, Plus, you're actually, guaranteed at least the amount that they give you, which I definitely appreciate that. So you
Yeah.
don't have to go out too much.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the spawns were okay, things like that. We're still getting seasonal spawns, anyways. Just a lot of hits in the future from that, anyways. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest. I'd say this is a good pre-limited event before the actual events that we're gonna be talking about in a second. Really gives you, something to hold you over. Because if not, we were not gonna have anything until a full week before the seasonal spawns were, up and about at the time.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it for the recap. Again, not much to say about it. In the end of the day, everything has switched over. We got new race, new stuff, new things. So I guess we should probably talk about our research topics now. Before we hop into that, last week we only had the infograph of everything. Now we have actual information of the events happening in the month of March, or at least the first half of the month of March, before the next one. So, research topics of the day. Chris, the very first thing we're gonna talk about is.
Oh, the community day actually. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we already knew the dates ahead of time,
Yeah.
but they were slow, haha, to actually telling us the Pokemon. Very
That's
punny, very
that
punny.
that's the joke.
Yeah, we literally joked that they were going to announce the community day after the podcast, and that they literally waited till the day after the podcast.
I figured that.
The next one is going to be on Saturday, March 18th, and if you don't know already, it's Slowpoke, but not just Kanto Slowpoke. It's also Galarian Slowpoke, which is its first time being shiny. So, uh, personally, I'm very happy for both. Because I may have one Slowpoke. I don't even think I have one. Um, but I get to hunt both of them, which is awesome. Very happy about that.
That's true. I do. I am happy about the release of one of them at least, because the other one, if I look at I did actually have the full line of Slowpokes, regular Kanto Slowpokes. All hundos, all ready to go. Like one of the slowpokes is, I think, close to level.
Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
I can actually level power it up to level 50 if I wanted to, and it's level 3 mega evolve, ready to go. It's if you think that you want to max out some of this is a good chance. Plus, this is the information that the community today is gonna really help us because a slowpoke, or at least Galarian slowpoke, also has 2 branch evolutions when it comes
Yes.
down to this. So. Again, Saturday, March 18th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time. The excitement of Slowpoke and Galarian Slowpoke being a community day, the dopey Pokemon being the community day Pokemon, of course. And first time for Pokemon Go, we'll be able to encounter shiny Galarian Slowpoke, which is technically the hype of this event at this point, since we have seen regular Slowpoke a while. Don't sleep on Slowpoke though, because Slowbro and Slowking can actually have some meta relevance in where you're basically playing some PvP. So. And same with the others. Yeah, all of them have some meta relevance in some point there. So keep an eye on there. So again, Slowbro, Galarian Slowbro, Slowking, and Galarian Slowkings will be able to have a brand new move, community day move of the charge attack Surf, which we already know what it does in PvP and gyms and everything. Is it a good move? It's yet to be seen for all of the forms at this point. It's good spam though.
I think it's great, especially for Galarian Slowbro, and I'm thinking for Galarian Slowking because they got that poison typing, so a bunch of ground types are going to try coming out against them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet, but it definitely seems like a spammy enough move for them, so I am excited for that.
Yeah, definitely something that will give it some rating here and there. If we actually just go to the Great League and type in Slowbro, right? Slowbro and Low Slowking. Galarian Slowbro right now in the Great League, it's from its moveset itself that it has right now, it's like rank 523 and everything like that. So it's not the greatest in that. Let's Slowking, and also it's way lower because it has a low. It has basically nothing that really helps him. So Surf can actually looks to be something that's going to boost them in the rankings, both Great League, probably Ultra League if you actually really want it for that. Because it's a spammy move. Right now, the recommended move for Slowking, regular Slowking, is Confusion, Psychic, and Blizzard. Like, you can pretty much tell that that's not the greatest in the world. And Galarian Slowking only has Hex, Shadow Ball, and Sludge Wave. So, really, just 2 nukes really doesn't help out. It needs something that's going to really put it out there for it. So I think this a spammier move can actually help them increase his ratings at some point.
And I'm pretty sure at least Shadow Cantonian Slowpoke was a thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's interesting. However, continue on for the community day. Of course, we have a special research story, Field Knows Slow and Slower. We could have gone with slower and slower there.
Dumber and dumber.
Basically. I think that's what they wanted to go through, but of course they couldn't go that route, but so basically, of course, the $1 special research, tune in for when it goes live. Don't forget, you can gift it, all those things. Bonuses, 3 times experience for catching Pokemon. Chris, this is your time for 6-time experience.
Again?
Yes. Candy, extra large candy, twice the amount. Lore modules and incense 3 hours, excluding the daily incense and excluding the goal lures that we're getting from Gimmighoul. So don't think that the goals lore is going to be lasting 3 hours. They specifically said that they're not.
I mean, you guys can share it, but it won't last longer.
Correct. 1 additional special tray to make maximum of 2 per day. Did we do 2 special trays last time? I don't remember, but I think we did.
I don't think so. At least I didn't.
Yeah, trays will require 50 less Stardust when it comes down to it. So, this says that while most bonuses only active during the 3-hour period, these bonuses will be active from 2 p.m. and drowsy finally here. Or I'm being a slowpoke today. Again, these bonuses will be active from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. local time. I guess that's actually kind of interesting.
Oh, it's only for the bottom two.
Oh,
One
yeah, yeah, yeah.
additional special trade and trades will require less Stardust, which is good.
Yeah,
Because being able to do all the trades after the community day definitely makes it a lot less stress.
true, true. It says right here, a brain teasing evolution. So before trainers can evolve Galarian Slowpoke into Galarian Slowbro, they usually need to catch 30 poison types, 30 poison type Pokemon while adventuring with the Galarian Slowpoke as their buddy. But on Saturday, the specific times from 2 to 10 p.m., trainers will instead need to catch 30 Psychic types while adventuring with Galarian Slowpoke. Keep an eye out for the clock. This brain bending won't change one last past 10 p.m. So most of the requirements for Galarian Slowbro was the poison types, and of course, since Galarian or Slowpoke is going to be a psychic type in the wild, this is the change that they're doing it specifically only during community day hours. So this is good because you can't really find out 30 poison types out there that easily when community day is literally just the same psychic types
Yeah,
ever.
thank you, Niantic.
Yeah, a little help always helps out. Bonus raid battles after community day from 5 to 10 p.m. just like we always mentioned. However, this time around will always be now Slowpoke and Galarian Slowpoke in 4-star raids, which can only be run locally and not remotely. So just like before, kind of helps out, but bonuses just like always will appear around the gym for the next 30 minutes if you're lucky. You might shiny encounter ones, and then community day hours and all those things happen during time. We will actually have time research focused on Slowpoke. Galarian Slowpoke will be available from 2 to 10 p.m. to complete this task. To catching these Pokemon will earn you 4 King's Rock, which are the items to evolve Slowking. Field research stacks, of course, same as always. It can actually award you with King's Rock, Stardust, Ultra Balls, and more. I care only about encounters and stickers. Very Slowk stickers out there.
Very cute.
Yeah, just sleeping and being cutie. And that's community day. Excited?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I do like this Pokemon.
It's not bad. Like I said, it's not like the top 10 kind of thing Pokemon's for community day that I wanted to.
It's not pseudo legendary, but I do think it's a fun one.
Yeah, and I do think that this type of change for it, like especially having like a community name move or something like that, like Surf, will really help out Slowpoke and Slowking in either region. To really boost up their usages in many different places. So keep an eye out for them. Keep catching them. I have pretty much all the extra large candy I need, but however, of course, if you get more hundos and all that, we gotta get those level 50s, brother. Just a reminder also, because you are able to catch the psychic types to be able to evolve into Galarian Slowbro, or Slowpoke, or Slowking. Well, no, Slowbro, yeah. Make sure you put it as your body if you want to evolve that, so that way you will have the chance to evolve it. Don't forget that, because sometimes people think it's like, oh, why can't I evolve this? Because you never put it as your body.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna make that mistake at least for a few catches.
Oh god, I'll be out and about after work, so it's not bad. Workplace usually I leave around 2:30, so by the time I get there, it's gonna be a good hour, 2 hours and a half that I can still play. I'll be looking for those Hundos, though. That's the very first thing I'll be looking for. At least the Galarian forms, while the other ones are like, eh. But yeah,
it's wild that we have technically 4 different choices to evolve the Pokemon into.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's going to be a Burmy at some point,
Yeah.
But yeah, so next on the list of things. Very first event of Pokemon Go starting today at 10 a.m. local time, which is already way past that. It's been like, 12 hours now?
Yeah, we got 12 hours.
So that was exactly. Chris, the Festival of Colors event is back for 2023.
Yeah, it made a hype return, honestly. I'm kind of surprised that it came back so soon, honestly.
I think it's been a full year.
Yeah, time flies, man.
True. That's true. So Festival of Colors returns for 2023 with Mega Medicham and Bruff. How do I say it? Bruffix?
I've always said Bruxish.
Bruxish. Yes, Bruxish debuted during the Color World celebration the second year around. We're excited to announce the return of the Festival of Colors. This year, 2 Pokemon will make this vibrant Pokemon Go debuts Mega Medicham and say the name.
Bruxish.
Thank you. I don't know why I can't say it now that I said it before. So, once again, this started today, March 8th at 10 a.m. to Tuesday, March 14th at 8 p.m. local time. So, a nice little week of it. Mega Medicham makes its amazing debut. Do you remember when I used to say debut?
I was like, hey, it's unique.
I had to change it. I had to be professional, you know. It's like, but I mean, English it's a hard language. Anyways, and of course you can encounter a shiny one if you do the mega raids. To do, Bruckfish. Why can I not say it?
You just don't like it.
Yeah,
You just don't like the Pokemon.
the Nasgard. I mean, even the description, Bruckfish or whatever the case may be. The Ganache teeth Pokemon makes this Pokemon go
Yeah,
Davey.
the Nash teeth.
Nash teeth. That's how you say it.
Yeah,
Oh,
because it's
God,
like gnashing stuff between its teeth.
I gotta go back to bed.
It's a weird word. It's
Indeed.
not one that's gonna come up in conversation.
Right. So I don't think I'll ever say that word ever in my entire life from here on out. This is will be the only time that you ever hear me say the Nash T Pokemon or Bruffix, 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 whatever.
It's such a bad Pokemon.
I know.
Great
Just
typing.
yeah. Psychic and water type. I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
you
Slowbro again.
indeed. Celebratory colors. Keep an eye out, trainers, to find a colorful surprise around Pokestops as they walk closer to them. So basically, if you actually have a walk up Pokestop right now, all you do is basically have a poof of colors. Just I want to say fart out of it. So it's like
I'm sure somebody probably made a video with just fart noises coming out as they walk by them.
where is Hamtaro? Anyways, hold on, somebody text him, please. Anyways.
Wake up.
Event bonuses. Lower modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours. Friendship levels will increase twice as fast. Actually, I didn't know that. I gotta get my friendships going. Take a few snapshots during the day for a surprise. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Smeargle. Please note that Smeargle will only appear in snapshots a limited amount of times, which is 5, Chris is actually saying. And while shiny Smeargle will no longer appear after the event concludes, you may encounter one during future events. Shiny locking a Pokemon until the event actually starts is kind of like but it kind of makes sense if they don't want to actually have so many of them out running around, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it does make it seem more special.
True.
Um, but it is kind of weird that the shiny would just go away, kind of like shiny Meltan.
Yeah, definitely something that. I mean, shiny Unknown, shiny Melton, shiny Smeargle, some of the only few ones that are shiny locked behind events or special occasions, regardless of how it is. So, I mean, if they put the odds just a little bit lower to be able to cash shiny Smeargle, then a lot of people wouldn't get a lot. But I mean, the luck's still there. RNG is still one of the things, you know. So, and everybody
Yeah, I
plays these
still need
games.
it.
Yeah, no. I got lucky last time, so I'm actually okay. I also got my Hondo, so I technically don't need anymore.
Oh my.
I do need the extra large candy if I want to get to level 50 eventually. So,
Chunky.
I know, right? Collection challenge, a festival of color collection challenge is coming soon, which we already know. It's just catch a lot of Pokemons, evolve one Pokemon, and get a lore module and 20,000 experience. Chris, have you finished that?
I just need to evolve a Mothim. And I do not think I have one to evolve. Maybe I do, but I will finish it either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah. Wild encounters, very colorful encounters. Paris, Krabby, Coffin, Natu, Wobbuffet, Shuckle, Wingle, Plant Club Burmy, Sand Club Burmy, and Trash Club Burmy. Also Stankfeet and Bruffish. Yeah, that's how I say it. At least a good 90% of this can be shiny, so that's pretty cool. If you are lucky, some trainers may encounter Lickitung and Galarian Zigzagoon.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Licky Tongue out there, but it was weather boosted.
I also got like
Yeah,
3 of
so
them.
it's Galarian Zigzagoon though. That's so weird.
I think I caught one in my recents. I think, yeah.
I saw it on the nearby, but I did not see Zigzagoon yet.
I think, as I said before, probably caught one during the time we were doing raid hour, regardless,
Mm.
or when I was getting on my way back to or to raid hour or something like that. I know I had one somewhere. I don't know if I transferred at this point. Rates appearing 1-star rates. We got Esper, Rockruff, Marine, and Breffish. 3-star rates. Executor, I love that Executor, Triangle, and Dragon. You know what's funny about this? Executor and I love Executor, only one of them can be shiny.
Yeah, I thought it was funny they had both of them too, though.
Yeah, but I mean, why? Why can't you just put both of them shiny? Like it's the same Pokemon, just
Eh, I mean, I get that you can evolve regular Execute into a Alolan Executor. I guess that's the only reasoning for it.
I just break my hair. So
If they made it so Execute could evolve into a Alolan Executor, I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of its shiny chance. But I don't know. I'd rather have it where a Alolan Executor just has the shiny chance. Like what? I don't know.
yeah, I don't
That's
know
just
either.
my thought process.
Yeah, it's one of those things in the other day. So then 5-star race, as we mentioned before, is the host of hosts. And then mega rates is Mega Metachan. If you actually have like let's say a level 40 Metachan, Hondo, and you evolve it to a Mega Metachan, you actually have a legible Ultra League Mega Pokemon.
24.95.
Yeah, perfect enough for the Ultra League. However, the only times we've ever seen Mega Pokemons appear, they'll be broken in the Master League. So simple enough as it is, I don't think Metachan will actually make an impact regardless.
Yeah, I think it's fun that it can fit in there. Um, but I mean, unless they do some like world meta or something crazy where they have Ultra League out of a sudden.
Right?
I
We're
don't think we're gonna see it too much.
we're still kind of going over some of the I don't want to say trashy Pokemons for Mega Evolutions, but the ones that are technically just not as exciting as the pseudo legendary ones. You know,
There's so many that just overshadowed the other ones. Yeah,
yeah. So it's kind of good to release at least a good chunk, or at least most of them at this point. If I look it over, we're not too far off from finishing the decks as a megas and everything. We're right now at 34 with, let's say, two evolutions of Mewtwo still going through. A mythical Pokemon that a lot of people have never caught before, never seen
we
it
still
before.
need Rayquaza.
Rayquaza. It's kind of cool that we have the primals now, so that's pretty good. We have at least some mega legendary Pokemons that are going to be helpful, plus the primal forms.
Wow, Latios and Latios are crying right now.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying. That's the only that's the two legendaries and the two primals. So that's four legendary Pokemons that at least have mega primal forms in this point.
Diancie.
The Ansi, like I said, is the Pokemon that a lot of people don't even remember at this point because it's only been out once and never again. But
Yeah,
Mega
we need a
Di-
good chunk.
yeah, it's still. I think we're supposed to have somewhere around the 40th mark worth of Mega Pokemons anyway. So, and that's I think including primals. Um, but still, it's one of those things that's gonna take just a little bit longer to finish in that regard. So 10ish more Pokemons if that's the case at this point.
Yeah, 46 total.
46.
48 different Mega Evolutions, though.
So 48, but that's including, of course, the two other forms of like Charizard.
I believe
And so
so,
okay,
yeah.
so 48 in total because in Pokemon Go it's gotta be like that anyways. 48 in total, and we are 34, so we have 12 left.
46 Pokemon that are capable of Mega Evolution. So, yeah, I think the other two are counting X and Y's for Mega Mewtwo and uh, Mega Charizard.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure, though.
Yeah, I figured that will be the case. In our decks, we'll see it as 48, just because we have two different forms of one Pokemon,
Mhm.
anyways. And that's usually the case. So, yes,
It
48.
might be 50 after Primals, but I'll just double check my math.
I think we're always in the
Yeah, I
40s.
think it's 50. That's interesting because they don't have the Primals on here.
Could you imagine that, we ever go back to Megas?
I think they
And
did that on purpose. Hmm?
Well, if we ever get to the anniversary of the Hoenn region back in the Auras, 10-year anniversary for Auras or something like that, maybe we'll see more megas. That'll be fun.
Dude,
That'd be
there's
hilarious.
so many fun ones they can make. People love megas, but the thing
Flygon,
is, they
Flygon.
gotta stay in Gen 3. Yeah,
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 Flygon's one that always gets brought
yeah,
up.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, so that's not bad, anyways. Regardless, it's not a bad thing to keep eye until the bigger ones come out. We're almost close of just getting almost all the suited legendary ones, anyways. We're still missing a good chunk of them, like Lucario and Mega. So, but still, it's a good thing. However, let's continue on. We really sidetrack on this.
We're getting too excited.
Right? Field rich stacks and counters. So it will be Alon and Grimer, cast form, sunny cast form, rainy cast form, snowy cast form, which cannot be shiny. Plant form Burmy, Sandclone Burmy, trash form Burmy, Oricoros from all different styles, only in your region exclusive. So don't think that you can get a Sensu style Oricoro just because you think that the Lopos tell you to. So imagine once the shiny comes out too. Holy Jesus.
Dude, everyone's gonna want that shiny veil or whatever you call it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's probably the best one out of the four, anyways.
Yeah, it's my favorite at least.
Yeah. As I mentioned before, Sunny cast form or Snowy cast form, bringing a brand new eligible shiny that has to be shiny, even though we were already just in Hoenn region for the Gold Tour.
The only time we can hope to see it is in Quest too, because that weather is just so rare here in Florida.
We will never see it. We
You need
were.
that fog.
Oh God. Every now and then we get fog. Every now and then. So don't count out on it. Just
Preach.
it's not every day. Avatar items like colorful throw post, basically just throwing dust
Powder?
of
Yeah.
gutter into the air. It's like that's where our Stardust is going.
I don't hate it. Um yeah, that's our Stardust to the wind.
And that's the color for or the Festival of Colors return event in Pokemon Go. How do you feel so far? I know it's only the very first day. Do you think that it's okay? It's
I
out
don't
there.
remember the last one too well, but this is a very interesting mix of Pokemon.
Yes.
Uh they're like the only the only thing I can think is they're just trying to give us not necessarily random, but they literally picked, one Pokemon that has one color from everything from the rainbow.
Pretty
And
much.
their justification for it was just so random to me, but I'll take it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Stunky's kind of weird to see, but I mean, some people probably get excited for it for like PvP. Um, but yeah, I think overall this is a really fun event. I definitely like the quests that they have going on, which I say can make or break an event.
Yeah.
Um, Even if people don't do a lot of quests. So I mean right now it's looking like a solid 8 or 8.5, but I guess only time will tell. I mean it's only the first day, right?
Yeah, it's only the first day of the event. So we still have a full week of that. I'm pretty sure by the time the next podcast comes out, we'll be at the cuff at the end of the event, or starting a new event, hopefully. So it is how it is in the end of the day. But it is having something like Meta Megacham because a lot of people are reminiscent Metachan being one of the best Ultra League Pokemons, not the Ultra League, but Great League Pokemons out there. So just comes to show that in the end of the day, there's still something good for some Pokemons out there, regardless of how things are. Even with the meta changes being crappy as hell. Aside from that, yes, the colorful of many Pokemons out there and the rainbows and all that. So it is how it is. Still looking for pavilions anyway. So, but yeah, that is that. Let's get into the next piece of news and something we predicted from the last podcast, Chris.
Oh baby. So we have an elite raid coming up, and we finally found out with certainty what it was. It's going to be Reggie Drago, which they did put over the Valor, kind of getting that color coordination. So yeah, it's kind of exciting. it's going to be making its debut in Elite Raids on Saturday, March 11th, and that's going to be 2020. Well, yeah, the 2023. But it's going to have three different times, local time: 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. So you're going to want to coordinate with your locals because you cannot do uh, remote raids and find a time that works for everybody. You can show up to all three if you want, but definitely start coordinating.
Yes. It's something that, just like we have mentioned before with the lead rates, make sure you coordinate. Now, of course, this is not going to be like a break or make kind of Pokemon, and just like Hoopa was when it first came out, like that. Mostly because Hoopa was extremely strong, very difficult to take down, and his quadruple weakness was Pokemons with nobody ever will have at this point. So we do have a chance of Dragon Raker being a good candidate, regardless of it. But it is just weak to one thing, unless they make it like a 6-star Pokemon, and that's going to be insane.
That's
Um,
what I'm worried about.
yeah,
Yeah, Mega
uh,
Gardevoir guys.
yeah, or Mega Altaria because you resist the Dragon.
True that.
Yeah, so um, coordinate your times: 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m. local time. I unfortunately will only be able to attend the 11 o'clock one because I do have family stuff to worry that day. If it would have been a Sunday, I would have been super fine to do it the entire day if that was the case because I do want to get as many as possible. But that's not the case. So I'll probably only go to the rate the 11 o'clock time slot. I already have some trainers coordinating with me, and then once I'm done, I have to head out because time is of the essence. Then we have the time research. So this is actually new to the elite rates, and that's actually something that I'm hoping is gonna be okay. So exclusive time research will be available to trainers who complete an elite rate. This time research can only be received once. Complete the research task to earn Regirock candy, Regice candy, and Registeel candy.
Doesn't suck, but it is kind of weird they don't give you candy for the Pokemon you're rating.
I would think that also, they'll be giving you something else related to Regidrago instead of having to do that. But it is what it is. It also says, what are elite rays? Well, technically, we already know. It's a boss that appears for 24 hours to hatch, so you can coordinate it with other people. The raid boss will appear for only 30 minutes, and then, of course, can only be done in person. We get to catch it. It doesn't say anything about something happening after the raid, so maybe they don't have that bonus anymore. We're not entirely sure. We'll probably find out more details.
Maybe it's like testing again, yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably find more details and more information about it later on in the day for that. So closer to the date, we'll have probably more information at the beginning or at the end of Friday, beginning of Saturday, regardless. But yeah, I don't know if they're really coping about it. Now, I do want to ask you this, Chris. What's your feelings about putting this type of Pokemon? Because Regidrago and Dragier, like, technically are brand new or newer legendary Pokemons that we just haven't seen amass a lot of popularity since Sword and Shield era comes out or came out a few years back. What are your feelings about locking it behind elite rates this much?
This really reminds me of EX raids, which
Okay.
I think was very similar, except EX raids was a little bit more locked, in my opinion, because you had to raid at that particular gym or get invited, which some would argue kind of leaves it the same. But at least this way, like you're going to be able to get enough people because you could only invite one friend
True.
to the raid before
Yeah.
with the EX raids, but now you can just bring your whole friend group. Um, it does suck for people that can't get a lot of people out there. Like for role players, I hear that a lot online.
Yeah.
Because especially if it does end up being a really tough raid boss, it's going to be near impossible.
Mm.
Um, but I don't really see a problem with the way that they're releasing it, except for the people that can't defeat it. Um, but yeah, like imagine doing this raid and then it ends up running from the premier ball. That
Oh
that's gonna
God.
be rough.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That would be a true
Yeah, because you only get
time.
3 chances
Yeah.
if you're even able to do all three.
It's
Because I know
basically,
you're only able to do one, right?
if you think about it, it's kind of like a raid day kind of deals. You actually plan your entire day around it. So
Yeah,
um,
except only like one. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be rough.
it will be rough and a lot of different variables. I do think that the exclusivity of this raid boss really isn't what's worrying me the most. Just like Carissa mentioned, the worry most is actually only to the players that really don't have the chance to bring in a community, even if they go out. Somebody actually was very thoughtful. It was kind of like not a teaser, but more like a concept art for raids and specifically. So when you go into your menu, nearby menu, and you go to your raids, of course you see all the active raids in the area at the moment. We know when you click on the raid, you can actually see a timer of how long the raid is already, or the lobby is already been in circulation, plus how many trainers are in the lobby and all that. What the concept of this trainer was is that when you go to your nearby and you look at the gym or at the available eggs or available rates, you're able to have like a little indication of how many people are actually in that race specifically, and that will kind of could help you like 100 times better be able to see which one do you want to remote or this one, or which one you want to actually go to, depending on how it works.
Yeah. I think that would definitely put more money in Niantic's pocket too.
That's for sure. But it's one of those things to consider how Niantic really looks at it. Again, it's just because I feel like Regieleki has only been out for a certain amount of times in the Sword and Shield era that I feel like this exclusivity is okay. And I'm pretty sure right after all of this, at some way, shape, or form, Regidrago and Regieleki will be available to raid more normally once we go into the Sword and Shield era in Pokemon Go, regardless. So, and even though that's Gen 8, we haven't seen much of Gen 8 aside from his Hoopa release in Go Fest of 2021. Anyways, so it's interesting, but it will eventually happen. The shiny will have to come out. Less exclusivity to the Pokemon. Maybe we'll see it also in Scarlet and Violet at some point. So it is how it is. And that's really all my feelings about it. That's all I can think of at this point, anyways. But yeah, that's that. Let's go ahead and talk about a Pokemon that we actually were supposed to talk about last week, but we never completely forgot about it. This is the release of brand new Pokemon, regional Pokemon for our wonderful friends in Mexican region. What Pokemon is this, Chris?
Alucha.
Mucha lucha! If anybody remembers that reference, please tag me.
The wrestling arc.
Yes, Halucha has made its Pokemon Go debut. People were extremely excited about it, especially the Mexican people, or at least people in Mexico, because this Pokemon was going to be, and emphasis on the was, a core break meta Pokemon for the Great League. And then Niantic screw everything up again. Technically, it kind of makes sense to what they did. So, right before Halucha's release, there was no chance at this point. But anyways, right before the actual release of Halucha, Halucha had a nerf in its moveset. So instead of learning, I think Braver or something or Sky Attack in that regard, they gave in Aerial Ace. I can see Chris's disappointment in his eyes on here.
Aerial Ace is like the worst flying move. Period.
Oh Lord! So Halucha got extremely nerfed from the release of this time. What are your thoughts, Chris?
Look, I get that they don't want to make a regional overpowered, but its typing is fighting flying.
Yeah.
They give Altaria Sky Attack and it's Dragon flying. Are you kidding me? I don't know. It seems kind of weird to me, but I mean Heracross, I get why they didn't nerf him too much because he's double weak to flying.
Fire.
He's got a lot of answers. I'm very curious what made them do it, but I really feel like they're just trying to make people not cry about not being able to get it if it ended up being like a top meta choice.
True, and I think that's the exact explanation that I think Niantic actually had. This Pokemon was
Mm.
going to really, really, really change the meta, and only certain amount of people can get it. Now, of course, it's in the region of Mexico, or this in the country of Mexico. However, some people in the southern area of Texas can get that. So um, it's a possibility. Only probably 1% of the Pokemon Go players was going to have something like this, at least, or well, probably a little higher than that.
1%?
Yeah, a little
At
bit.
least 5%.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably more than that. I want to say between 5 to 10%, just for the reason that, of course, Mexico has a lot of population, but I don't know how many people actually play Pokemon Go over there, anyways. Uh,
That's fair.
However, for only one region to get it, while others struggle to, and trust me, a lot of the Pokemon YouTubers out there did travel literally the day off. So
It, now that I think about it too, Heracross is like the same area. That's two PvP Pokemon.
yeah, yeah. If we actually had maybe expand point in our region here in Florida, we may get it like at the corner of Miami probably, or the Siesta Keys.
Yeah, that'd be funnier going all the way down to the tip of Florida just to get a bird.
That would be insane, but that would be funny though if you
I
actually have
might
to.
do it though.
There has not been reporting, Chris. No,
No, no.
but yeah, so it is what it is when it comes down to it. It's a Dex entry as of now. They may do their buff once the Pokemon is more available in the future, and that may not happen anytime soon because of Gen 6 and all that. Because now, if we go by timeline, because this is how Go Fest usually happen, uh, we were just out finishing 2022 Go Fest with what mythical? Was it Shaman? Shaman, right? So that's Gen 4.
Gen 4 Shaman, yeah.
Yeah, so next Go Fest, it will be the next mythical in Gen 5, and Halucha is Gen 6. So we at least have a good 2 years before Halucha can really shine out there, unless they have some kind of event or something before that, which will release it worldwide, and that will be easier for everybody. But it's a regional. Not a lot of like Niantic that's really like their regionals. So, so it's gonna take a while for us to even get the chance to, if we are lucky enough not to go to Texas. But it will take a while for a lot of the other players. So I do believe that this nerf was necessary. While dumb and understandable, it makes sense to have done it. You know? So, Halucha, it is Halucha. Again, mucha lucha. A lot of promotional stuff in Mexico for that, I can tell you that much. There was actually a ton research for Halucha over there in Mexico when it was first released.
That's pretty hype.
Yeah, so they have a lot of stuff when it comes down to it. I do like the Latin American area a little bit more when it comes to Pokemon Go because there is a lot of promotional stuff happening. I've been following some creators in the Latin American region, and there is a lot when it comes down to this. So funny as it was, it's still pretty cool to see it from here and there. All right, and then the last thing is just some extra information from the last time we talked about Kimiko, Goldengo, the Golden Lords, and just everything else in between. So, first and foremost, if you do, of course, have Scarlet and Violet and be able to trade, or not even trade, send a postcard to the game using your Pokemon Go account, be very careful. I have heard some small rumors, not confirmations, of saying that people are losing their save file in Scarlet and Violet if they do it.
I've heard about that. It's very rare, but be wary.
Be wary. Be possible. Save your game. Turn it off if you want to right after that. So just because make sure that your game file stays safe regardless of it. Just because of that reason, every time I do the postcard thing, I just save it or save right after too. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. Then after that, a little information on how to catch Chemical. I mean, it is a tiny, really tiny Pokemon. However, you can get coins from actually throwing great and excellent throws on it.
It's possible to get it from a regular throw, but it's really rare. It's just a lot more likely when you throw the better throws.
Correct. So given that, practice your throws with Chemical. It's pretty cool. And then finally, information about the goal Lords. Now, how to obtain these gold lords? Well, you have to go into a streak of sending postcards to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. After a 5-day streak, the game will actually allow you to gain the golden lord, which is cool. However, you can only get one, so no stacking this until the end of time. They are overpowered as hell, just like we have seen before in the golden lures. However, this is how it's gonna work. So it spawns for 30 minutes. Doesn't have any extra timer after that. And can give you a chance of giving you 5 to 25 or even more sometimes coins per spin. And you know that lords actually take 5 minutes to reset every single time. A lot of people have actually already tested this out. A lot of the creators, Stranger Tips, Mystic 7, the cruise ship, they all have actually gathered their friends, their community, all in one place to drop as many lures as possible, or golden lures as possible. It has to come to the point where they can actually get all 999 in less than 2 hours, if possible. If efficiently, of course. Any more information about this?
Um, all I can say is, get your friends together. I did some math on it, assuming, you just get the minimum of 5 coins per spin, and you're getting like every single thing. So, 999 divided by 5, and then you divide that by 30. Because, wait, no, divided by 6. So you would need 33.3 friends, so 34 lures, if you only get the bare minimum.
Which again is
I
not
think I'm
impossible.
doing the math wrong. But
Yeah, well, just think of it
make
this
sure you
way.
get as many as possible, and hit your excellent throws. I'm sure a lot of us should have like somewhere between 20 and 30 coins, I suppose.
I have exactly 30 coins.
30 coins. Like just make sure you guys are hitting your excellent throws. You can get Gimmigles from the lure, but they actually are harder to catch when they're from the lure versus
The coin
from
bag.
the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you're throwing Ultra Balls. I'd say at those ones
Yeah.
if you're trying to catch them and get your extra coins. I do know from the person on the r/Sylph Road on Reddit, Little Mac with Fries is the OP. Is where I got a lot of this information from. If you use a auto spinner, it will award coins, so you don't have to worry about that. So you can use the Go Plus or the Gacha, and they'll both give you coins too. And you can actually get coins from spinning it from the second radius if that matters to you.
Yeah, the Pokemon Go Plus, Pokemon Ball Plus, and the Gold Plus Plus will help you in that regard. So it's really useful if you have it. Now that the Pokemon Go Plus Plus is actually in production and pre-orders right now are available, I really suggest getting one. If you have never gotten one of them, it's a life-changing thing for your gameplay. So I mean, get it while it's hot. But yeah, just like Rick has mentioned, the better way to do it is to just go ahead and have a party of people who have had the gold lure ready to go. Again, you can only stack one, so it's really not something that you can just stack up every single time, every 5 days, things like that.
I don't compare it to the rocket radar, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to use it or lose it, pretty much.
Technically, you can keep it, but you won't be getting any more after that. I don't know. There's been any confirmation that after the second 5-day streak, they'll just give you coins or less. So regardless, you'll be getting some bonus from doing a daily streak on it. But either ways, I have to test it out. I'm still like on day 2, 6, or 7 at this point, so I have to test out the next few days regardless. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using my gold lore anytime soon. I am trying to see if I can get a party going at some point.
Yeah, I think the best time locally for us might be during Slowpoke, like right at the end.
True, yes. It will have to be after the community day ends because the lures are still... they don't stack during community day hours, and you can get 30 minutes gold lures. And you get a lot of items from it too, so your bag will be extremely full probably after a good session of it. So keep an eye out on your bag to make sure that you can spin it efficiently, regardless of it. And that's all about when it comes down to gimmickle and any other things. So we'll have more information regardless, but keep on doing your trades, keep on trying to find your Hondo. It is a very good ghost type attacker in raids, until they give him a fast move that's going to wreck the meta, regardless. Or when Aegis Ledge comes out.
Yeah.
Let's get into a quick PvP section. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris. Hoo, ha ha ha. The Fantasy Cup has just ended as of today, and the Color Cup is now part of it. Fantasy Cup was actually pretty good for a lot of people. They say they had a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. We're now in the Great League and the Color Cup, the Great League Edition. So, again, colorful Pokemons. You said that, oh, well, actually, I can't actually use Galarian Moltres because it's the Great League. Never mind. But yeah, so I don't know. It really will depend. I haven't seen the meta. It's only been the first day. So regardless, people hopefully will have fun also in this meta. And then we have some faction updates from my friend Chris here.
Yeah, we're pretty much just getting situated, picking who's going to be in what league for Switch Masters. I want to say we found out who we're getting matched against. I think it's going to be Cinderella or Fletch and their story. Sorry, but I don't know if that's certain yet. But we're looking forward to Silver League. I'll let you guys know. Um, what ends up happening. I think we're just getting situated right now and trying to get that team mentality, though.
Yeah, definitely something
Yeah,
out
I'm,
there.
I'm trying to get a little bit more into team activities this season, so I don't feel like like I'm missing out too much on the team aspect of it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think you did a better job than me this year about actually showing up to calls.
Just one of those things in the day. Thank you so much for, again, Six Smashers for all of those good times. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do want to actually mention, I just went to Twitter and somebody actually got 3 shiny Smirgles from the 5 of today. So,
It should have been me. Dude, right at midnight, I'm getting all 5.
there you
I'm
go.
getting
There
all
you go.
5
There
right
you
now.
go. With that being said, anything else to cover, Chris?
Mm, I think I think that's all we need to talk about. I'm trying to remember if anything else came up.
Not really. It's just simple things here and there. Hasn't really have been a lot of changes or any leaks really around. Not that we want to really cover leaks these days because we want to have you a surprise, but of course, the world is how it is. Hopefully, we'll get some more news about GoFest and things like that pretty soon, since we really are in the cuff of entering the spring season into the summer. We got to start
I
making
will
plans.
I will say today is the 8th, so happy International Women's Day to
Oh, yeah,
all our female followers. But
listeners.
yeah, that's all I can think.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah,
can think.
yeah. So yeah, empower or power to the people. Anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for listening, everybody, here on the podcast or in the stream today. Please make sure you listen us to any of the podcast services fees. If you're already listening, thank you so much. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, our Radio, Stitcher, many other places to go. If you can leave us a review, we would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Follow our social media, myself at Pure Go, Chris here at Pokemon Trigger Please. That's PKMN Trigger Please with a C at the end. Also, the Purified Podcast Twitter is also out there. We try to post as much as possible, but of course, handling more than one social media is never the greatest. Purifiedpodcast at gmail.com is the place to send us any emails or anything you want to show us. That'd be really appreciated. You can also join our Discord. I'm pretty sure that's mostly what everybody is right now, anyways. And then, of course, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. Chris, with that being said, how about you color me gold and 10 cuts away from the night?
All right, how about you give me gold?
Well, I don't know. Hold on. Bye bye, everybody. Anyway.
Oh man. Hope you guys really enjoyed your week, and you guys are getting really excited about this uh, I don't know why I completely forgot what the event was called. I hope you guys are very excited for the Festival of Colors.
Right.
I think it's definitely a real fun event going on right now, even though it might not be hyped up as some of the other ones. But just enjoy your time, get out there with friends, catch whatever Pokemon you want, and yeah, look forward to the future. And hopefully we got some more hype news for you guys next week. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying it, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.